Hello and welcome PBA committee. It's James, how are you? Good. I said I'd make you a video every month. Now, I almost have. But anyway, welcome to edition 2. Let's go for some updates on things that are going on. Let's start with the Fair Work Act, what's happening in the Commission around these Modern Health Awards. So there's been 4 or 5 meetings at the Commission since late 2014. We've been present at every one of those meetings. Look, it's fair to say we're in Group 2 and there are over a dozen awards being reviewed in our group. So the process is going to take another few months yet. All the parties have had a chance to get their submissions on the table or their thoughts on the table. Fair to say that everyone thinks that there should be some change to normal working hours. That seems to be some consensus, that the 6 to 6 on Monday to Friday and a limited window on the Saturday morning essentially needs a change. What that change looks like, you've got sort of groups talking around 7 to 7, seems to be a 7 to 7, 7 to 8, and some groups are even talking 7 AM to 10 PM during the week, and there's a growing support for 7 till 2 or 7 till 4 on a Saturday, and it depends what union or what association you might be talking to, but I think the commissioners will be looking at the moment around what's the fairest and most equitable normal working hours. We're still buried right in the middle of it, so we're fairly closely aligned with a number of the leading unions on what our thoughts are, and so there will be a change. It's just what the Commission ruled that change to be. So I'll keep you posted on that, but really I wouldn't have thought we'd have an outcome, or there will be an outcome, but we probably won't know the fine print of that outcome for another 2 or 3 months, Nada and I think. So that's Fair Work Act, we're really strongly advocating in that space. Had a fair few meetings with Medibank Private in the last 6 months. Just to fill you in on what we're talking to Medibank Private, we're meeting with the head of the ancillary cover, talking about new frameworks of which and understanding where Medibank's coming from with their products and pricing, looking at some new frameworks about how we might be able to reshape the way that we service the normal Australian. We're talking about wellness products and the difficulty around wellness and illness, and Medibank have got a desire to play in that space, but we've got to reshape it. And I want to explain to you, Medibank's doing some audits at the moment. 200 physios, 12,000 physios odd had services with Medibank Private last year. 200 are getting a please explain on their billing cycles. For most members that will be just a routine understanding between Medibank Private and the member, what their billing cycle is and what it looks like and why and what services they're offering. For a few members that might be a more challenging process. Key take-home message for me is that it's going to reinforce the requirement and the expectation of really good patient notes, because where really good patient notes exist, the insurer is going to be really confident and supported that the money that they're spending has been spent in the right manner. So that process is about to kick off, and I think next week those letters might go out. Filmed a great webinar with Mark Werman from HR for the HR in Practice service, Mark from Wentworth Advantage. We did that for the general membership as a promo on our HR service, as a means of promoting what PBA members have access to for the general, so the general membership could see it. It's very general, but I've got a commitment from Mark that we're going to film 5 or 6 30-minute webinars for PBA members. So Mark and I are just scheduling what the topics look like around most of the calls that are coming through the service at the moment, and some really practical, useful tips out of those we're going to capture in a free webinar series for PBA members. Doing a lot of work with the Nous group in following up the In Practice 2025, and we formed a focus group of private practitioners to actually look at the In Practice 2025 was a great report, but it didn't actually tell the APA as an association what services and provision of services and support we should be providing. So we've actually run our workshops. We're writing up a report. That report's going to go to the PBA meeting on the 20th of March, and then the PBA can probably rank its priorities. It does have priority ranking in it, but will be just a bit of fine tuning, and then that will be released to PBA members, the board. It'll be just an open and transparent document about where we think we should go with our services and for the next 10 years. Board's been doing a lot of work with our advocacy team around our advocacy priorities. The new strategic plan hit the ground. The number one pillar in that strategic plan is voice and our advocacy efforts. Look, the pleasing news is 3 of the top 5 advocacy priorities sit right on where the PBA would like them. Prescribing rights for all physiotherapists, our work we're doing with health insurers, and referral to specialists. Now there are probably 40 advocacy items that we're working on, but those big 3 will have really direct impacts for you. So that's where we'll be putting our time and effort as a executive and leadership team. So I'll sign off there. Got a PBA meeting in a couple of weeks' time. We're at 3 weeks away from the national PBA meeting. They've got a big 2-day agenda, a lot to get through, and I'll make you a video, with or without Scott Willis. Come on, Scott. I'll make you a video after that meeting to share what the PBA committee's thoughts were. So once again, thanks for watching, and we'll talk soon. Cheers.